Welcome on in. My name is PJ. This is a Rage Challenge video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the new fusion calendar for Yukimasa, Demon of Ice, the Christmas fusion. Now let's get right to it. So we're going to be actually using the RSLX website here in a little bit to help us break it down a little bit better. But before we hop over there, I did want to mention something real quick. So this is going to be a classic fusion starting today, Monday, December 15th, going all the way to the December 30th. And like I said, classic fusion, so you need to collect the rares, fuse the rares into the epics, and then level up the epics. English is hard. Level them up and then fuse them into the legendary. So there's gonna be a lot of champion training to go along with this outside just for the event, so keep that in mind. Also, the summon rush here for the epic, you do not have to do this. This is just bonus. You don't feel like you have to or pressured into doing this. This is pure for if you feel like you're not gonna be able to do everything, or you're a giant kraken or spender, then sure, you're gonna go for this, but don't feel like you have to. You can do everything else and skip this, or if you want to, you can go for this summon rush and then be able to skip 4 of the rares throughout the fusion, whichever 4 you want to skip. Whatever you don't like or you want to skip, you could, but you don't have to. This summon rush here, you do have to do, but this right here, the epic, definitely is optional, so don't feel like you have to do that. Now we're gonna be going over and taking a look at this fusion through the RSLX website. I think it gives us a little bit better, breakdown and showing how everything lines up. So like I said, today is Monday, the fusion starting. We have dragon and gear enhancements. Sadly, they're not starting the dragon and the gear hunters at the same time. The past few fusions, they've kind of been doing that. It's usually something they haven't been doing. They usually do it like this, where you have to wait a few days, but they've been kind of generous recently, and they've started like the dragon or spider or whatever at the same time as the gear hunter. Sadly, this fusion is not the case, so you're gonna want to wait a little bit. Hold up, guys. Now is the perfect time to click on my link in the description and get a free Karato as well as 4 more insane free epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Step 1, log out of player and play on PC and uninstall. Step 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3, launch raid and complete the tutorial. Step 4, go to the inbox and claim your first champion. Don't miss out on your chance to get a free Karato after signing up, as well as Uugo, Rector Drath, Tagoar, and Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. So click on my link right now and let's crush this together. Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be CVC, personal CVC, so you can try to wait until Wednesday to double dip with, I guess I kind of triple dip, CVC, Dragon Tournament, and Gear Hunters right here. You can see the lining up. You can do a little bit of Dragon in the beginning. You definitely can do some Gear Enhancement, but also most people are going to wait for CVC. The Gear Enhancement is going to take you roughly 15 million, so there's going to be 1, 2, 3 gear enhancements. Each one's gonna be around 15 million silver, so plan on that. So first few days, just kind of chill, a little bit of dragon if you want with extra energy, but nothing too crazy. I'd really try to wait till Wednesday to double dip with the gear hunter and the dragon. Next big thing we have would be Thursday. So we have champion training, ice golem, also overlapping with the gear hunters. So you can probably do around half of this gear hunters with dragon, or if you want to do dragon early, you can do spider during CVC, because sadly dragon during CVC is really bad. You get half the amount of points if you're doing stage 10 of dragon hard versus like stage 10 of spider hard. For spider hard, you're getting 400 points. For dragon, I believe it's 200 points. So you're not getting as many points per energy, which kind of stinks. I really don't like running dragon during CVC, but depending on what you want to do, you could definitely do that as well. Do dragon early, then run spider during CVC, and then with the gear hunters, and then finish up with the ice golem. But with ice golem, you want to do the second half of the gear hunters. If you can do champion training with ice golem, I'd recommend it. Not everyone can. If not, campaign, spider, if you can do spider. Tavern is going to be a big one for champion training, so make sure you guys are doing that. That also comes to the summon rush. So the summon rush has, like I said earlier, 1 of the rares, and that also has 1 epic. The epic is optional, the rare is not. It's probably going to be around, I would say, usually around like 6 sacreds for the rare. Epic, maybe you're looking at 9, maybe 10, depending on what they want to do. This would let you, again, skip the champion chase, which is most likely going to be 2x sacreds, depending on what they do for Christmas and stuff like that. I think it's going to be 2x sacreds, but because it's a champion chase, we can get there later, or we can talk about this later, but you can use other things. You can use remnants, you can use other fusions, so don't feel too bad just because it is a 2x sacred, and 2x sacreds is not really good to do for fusions. You can do other ways to get this point, so don't feel like you have to get this epic just to skip the champion chase. I don't think the champion chase will be too bad. So we have the Summoner Rush out the way, should be around, like I said, 6-7 sacreds for the rare. Classic Arena, really easy, just try to hit your one person defenses, just get that done, should be no problem. Gear enhancement, like I said earlier, usually around 15 million silver, which you'll be getting silver from doing Dragon, Ice Golem, all that kind of stuff. You'll be maybe some champion training, you'll be getting some silver, so shouldn't be too bad. That comes along with the Fire Knight starting on Monday. I would try to wait for the Fire Knight, and sadly there's actually no, man, don't wait for the Fire Knight. There's really no, oh yeah, that's the other thing, I forgot to mention this. There's usually 3 gear hunters for fusions. This one there's only 2 planned, so you have 1 gear hunters here, 1 gear hunters here, but right here overlapping the Fire Knight there's nothing. So maybe this is going to be, and this is also right during Christmas, the 24th, 25th, 23rd, all around Christmas. They kind of left this open, so I wonder if this is going to be a deck of fate or some type of guaranteed champion with like either pulling shards and DD or maybe pulling soul stones and DD. But I feel like there's going to be some type of event here around Christmas with a guaranteed champion, so maybe try to wait to do a little bit of your Fire Knight if it overlaps with that, to try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, do the fusion and get the guaranteed if you're doing that. So I would wait for the Fire Knight. I wouldn't do it right away. Wait a few days, or maybe we'll know earlier and see if there's gonna be anything overlapping that. If there's nothing overlapping it, do whatever you want, just get it done. But if there is something overlapping it, highly recommend doing that. If you can do champion training in Fire Knight, I know some of you guys can do Fire Knight 20 normal with champion training with food, so you could overlap with that a little bit. But yeah, definitely very interested to see what's going to be here, because it's very interesting. There's almost always 3 gear hunters, so only 2, and this giant space here is little suspicious, and it happens to be Christmas, so we'll see about that. Very interesting. Hey, let me know what you guys think in the comments if there's gonna be anything here or not, but I feel like there might be. Then we also have the champion training starting on Wednesday. There's going to be 2 rares in it, so make sure this is going to be a pretty big one starting from Wednesday all the way till Sunday. Try to do a little bit of each day maybe, but this is definitely going to be a pretty big champion training. One thing you can do, because it is a classic fusion, you can save all of your champion training for the end, so you just get the rares, and then at the very end help fuse up the rares and fuse up the epics for the champion training to help that. Also, like I said, overlaps with the champion chase, so you can fuse the epics for the champion chase, level them up for the champion training, and it should help you a lot with the points for the champion chase. Shouldn't be too bad. You also have the the Spider tournament starting on Friday as well, overlapping champion training, so you want to wait for that. This is going to be a huge day. Friday there's a bunch of things happening, so I would say champion training you want to wait till Friday to get the most bang for your buck. It starts Wednesday. I'd wait a few days. Like I said, start with do it with Spider. You can also get the stuff for champion chase, and then the gear hunters as well overlaps perfectly, so you're gonna be doing points for the gear hunters, points for Spider, points for champion training, and then also points for champion chase. Will be like pretty much a quad dip, and hopefully with all that you'll have enough silver to do the final gear enhancement. Another 15 million silver, give or take. We have a classic arena up here as well. Pretty simple. Hit the 1 person, set the easy teams. You can do those whenever. So there's pretty decent overlap towards the end. Like this last day is gonna be crazy. Having Friday 3 events starting at the same time and then 1 next, like this is gonna be like it's very much backloaded. I feel like the front's kind of slow, and then we really pick up towards the back half. Looks like things overlap pretty well. The worst thing that I would say that doesn't overlap is the first dragon. Kind of stinks. Overlaps a little bit with the gear hunters at the end, but you have to wait. And then the other thing that doesn't really overlap at all is this Fire Knight. Like we mentioned earlier, I could definitely see them doing some type of guaranteed champion deck of fate, either for souls, for shards, and with gear enhancement, or not gear enhancement, gear hunters as the other way of getting points. So be wary of that. Start it a little bit later, and if not, you can just do it towards the end. Let me know what you guys think, if you guys are going for this fusion or not. As far as the fusion itself, I didn't do a video breaking down the kit. I am very conflicted. I think people should go for him. He's definitely going to be helpful for everyone, pretty much everyone, for faction wars. Sadly, he's not the Shadowkin Reviver that I think the community was hoping for. We've been asking for a Shadowkin Reviver, Shadowkin Reviver, Shadowkin Reviver, and they gave us a Shadowkin Reviver, but he's a DPS reviver, and they kind of already have that. We needed a Shadowkin support reviver. So I don't think he's going to be the reviver of our dreams, but he's better than what we have now. His A3 hits really hard. His A1 is great for control. His A2 is good for control as well. Does not really hit that hard from what I saw on the test server, but does have freeze and also has that single target revive, or has the AoE if you kill someone. The only issue I see with him is keeping him alive. He's an attack-based nuker, so he's going to be really squishy. I feel like you kind of need a reviver to keep your reviver alive. If he's dead, how is he going to revive? So you need a support to keep your support, or to keep your reviver alive. It kind of feels like counterintuitive, or not counterintuitive, but like counter purpose. Like, doesn't really work well. I wish maybe he would have been an HP or defense nuker, so at least he could have taken a hit, put him in stone skin, so he would have lived the first turn. He would have been HP or defense, so he could have maybe taken a hit to live a second turn and get a third turn there, so he could have revived. But from what I've seen, he was very squishy, died, and yeah, I don't know. I'm very conflicted. He's definitely going to be good for people. I would still go for him, just not quite the reviver that I personally had in mind, and I think that a lot of people had in mind. But I could be wrong. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Going for him, not going for him, easy, hard. Is he good? Is he not good? Let me know. Let me know. Do not forget to hit that like, hit that sub button, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.